welcome to the deep dive.
Good to be talking about this today.
So we're starting with something. Well, something Marcus Aurelius pointed out, this really human, kind of frustrating thing.
Uh-huh. What was that?
He looked around at people, his fellow Romans, and saw this weird contradiction.
Okay.
How we pretty much ignore the people we actually know, our colleagues, friends, the people right there.
Right, the contemporaries.
Yeah. But then we have this huge hunger, this need for praise from people in the future.
People we'll never meet, ever.
Exactly. People who won't exist until we're long gone.
He thought it was completely absurd, like being upset that people who lived centuries before you didn't know your name.
Right. It makes no sense when you put it like that.
And yet, that chase for posthumous glory, for a legacy, it still drives so much, doesn't it?
It really does. We're calling that the tyranny of legacy.
A good term for it, because it can be destructive.
So that's our mission for this deep dive. Using the sources you brought together, let's unpack that tyranny. We need to figure out why real excellence, the kind that actually matters, has to belong to now, to the present moment.
Contrasting that future fantasy with the power of what we do right now.
Exactly. Where do we even start with that?
Well, you almost have to start with the biggest, maybe the most famous example of this whole thing.
Let me guess. Alexander the Great.
Alexander the Great, yeah.
Yo.
He's the poster child for legacy, isn't he?
Absolutely. I mean, Alexandria in Egypt still has his name.
23 centuries later, you can't ask for more immortality than that, name-wise.
That's the ultimate success by that metric.
But here's the uncomfortable truth, isn't it?
Go on.
Alexander is dead. He can't enjoy it. He can't hear his name echoing down the ages.
So the legacy, it's hollow.
Completely hollow for him. It's like a giant monument with no one inside to appreciate it.
And when you look at what he did to build that monument, the cost.
Oh, the cost was immense. He sacrificed pretty much everything for that hollow fame.
Cost at wars.
Pointless wars, often, driven by this relentless ambition, this need for more.
And it made him ruthless, didn't it? The sources mentioned Clytus.
Yeah, he murdered his best friend, Clytus the Black, in a drunken rage.
Just
snap.
So his life looks impressive in the history books, these huge conquests.
Right.
But was it a good life? Was he, content, happy in the moment? Probably not.
It really makes you wonder, doesn't it, how many of us are doing a smaller version of that?
How so?
Sacrificing our present, our relationships, maybe our peace of mind, our health.
For some future thing.
Yeah.
A promotion, recognition, some achievement down the line.
Exactly. An achievement we might not even be in a state to enjoy when or if it arrives. We're mimicking Alexander's mistake.
There's that African proverb in the sources that seems to fit here.
Oh, yeah, the one about filling your head.
A wise man fills his head before emptying his mouth.
Perfect. Alexander was always emptying his mouth, wasn't he? Declaring war, demanding glory.
Without really stopping to think if all that motion, all that conquering, had any real meaning behind it.
He confused activity with actual character, motion versus meaning.
Okay, so that really sets up the problem. If chasing legacy is hollow,
and destructive to the present,
then what's the alternative? What should we focus on right now?
The sources are really clear on this. They say focus on practice.
Practice over theory.
Essentially, yes. They draw this sharp contrast. An ounce of practice is worth more than a ton of teaching.
Okay, what does teaching mean here? Like school?
Not just school. It's the theory, the grand ideas, the endless planning.
Ah, the 5-year plans, the vision boards.
Exactly. The grand vision of the person you're going to be someday. All that thinking about doing good or being successful.
But that thinking doesn't actually achieve anything today.
Not on its own, no. That's the ton of teaching.
Yeah.
Worthless without the ounce of practice.
And the practice is just doing stuff.
It's the action, taken right now, in this moment.
So, instead of planning to be kinder,
you choose kindness in that difficult conversation you have to have today.
Instead of strategizing about a tough project,
you actually sit down and do the work. Even if it's just for half an hour, you show up now.
That reminds me of Simon Sinek's point in the notes.
Which one?
Genius is in the idea. Impact comes from action.
Oh, that's good. Yeah. The legacy blueprint, the grand vision that might be genius.
But it's just potential, right?
Just potential. Until you act. Impact only happens now in the messy, practical work of living.
Let's dig into that living now aspect. Because this focus on legacy doesn't just stop action. It seems to stop awareness, too.
Absolutely. You miss what's right in front of you.
The sources had that beautiful metaphor, the golden hour.
Ah, yes. It's such a perfect image for presence, isn't it?
Describe it.
It's that time, usually near sunrise or sunset, when the light just hits everything differently.
Yeah, that warm, kind of magical light.
Everything's bathed in this warmth and wonder. It's fleeting, it's beautiful, and it happens every day. Nature's offering.
And the Stoics, they got this, didn't they?
They really seem to. Marcus Aurelius, Emperor of Rome, stressed out, still supposedly dragged himself out of bed at dawn to see the sunrise.
And Seneca called the world a temple of the gods. Maybe thinking of that sunset light.
Could be. They were looking around, observing the moment, not constantly projecting into the future or worrying about history's judgment.
But we often fail that test, don't we?
We fail it spectacularly. We miss the golden hour.
We're indoors. Or if we're outside, we're on our phone.
Or just lost in thought, brooding about yesterday's argument, stressing about tomorrow's meeting.
Thinking about how future historians might see us while completely missing the actual sunlight on our face.
Exactly. And that missing, that lack of presence, it has a real cost internally.
Marcus Aurelius warned about that too. What doesn't transmit light creates its own darkness.
That's the one. Missing the present, missing that golden hour moment isn't just about missing pretty light.
It creates an inner darkness.
Yeah, a space inside ruled by anxiety, by regret, by preoccupation.
And that internal chaos.
Yeah.
It's like bad self-management.
Which leads perfectly into this idea of the megastate of self.
Okay, this sounds interesting. Where does this come from?
It borrows from Peter Drucker, the management thinker. He looked at big organizations, governments, what he called megastates.
And what did he notice?
He saw this drift. They often started out setting rules, facilitating things,
Making sure the game runs smoothly.
Right. But then they shifted into trying to do everything themselves, managing all the details, running all the programs.
And what happened?
They often got bogged down, bureaucratic, slow, inefficient, less effective, ironically.
Okay, so how does that apply to us? We become megastates of ourselves.
That's the parallel the sources draw. We do it to ourselves. Instead of just facilitating right action in our lives.
Like being kind, doing the task.
We build these massive internal bureaucracies.
Bureaucracies of what?
Of anxiety, of ambition, of managing our image, elaborate 5-year plans, detailed legacy blueprints.
Okay. So we start managing the system of our life rather than just living well.
Precisely. We get obsessed with the paperwork of our ambition, the flowcharts of our future happiness.
Instead of just doing the next right thing.
Yeah.
Managing the potential instead of acting in the present.
And that creates this tension, this conflict with the goals themselves. We obviously need goals.
Yeah. Andrew Carnegie said happiness needs a goal that commands your thoughts, liberates your energy, and inspires your hopes. You need something to aim for.
Absolutely. But, and this is the crucial part from the sources, you have to hold those goals lightly.
Lightly? How?
Let them organize your actions today, give them direction, sure, but don't let them tyrannize them with future fantasies.
So the moment the fantasy of the future legacy feels more important than the actual work today.
You're in trouble. You've become a megastate, managing the fantasy instead of living the reality. You often grind to a halt.
Why does that happen? Is it impatience?
I think impatience is a huge part of it. We want the end result now.
We forget that Rousseau quote about children needing to be children first.
Exactly. Nature decrees that children should be children before they become adults. You can't skip the steps.
We want the harvest, the legacy.
Before we've even properly prepared the soil by living well today, we haven't done the work.
We haven't allowed for that natural growth process.
Right. The gradual learning, the mistakes, like a child learning to walk. They fall, they get up. They learn by doing, slowly.
If you're only staring at the finish line, the monument.
You won't even see the little stumbles right now, the small adjustments you need to make in the present.
Okay, so let's pivot this. If we embrace this idea, let go of the future monument, focus on present action, how does that change how we deal with other people?
Yeah. Especially when they're difficult or disappointing.
Or when we're supposed to be leading them.
This is where it leads to what the sources call a compassionate turn.
How so?
Well, if you stop being driven purely by your own ambition, your own legacy.
You can maybe stop judging everyone else by those standards.
Exactly. You see their struggles differently. There's that Buddhist reflection mention. When another person makes you suffer, it is because he suffers deeply within himself. He does not need punishment. He needs help.
Wow. That cast Alexander in a whole new light again.
Doesn't it? His violence, his ruthlessness, Maybe it wasn't strength.
Maybe it was just his own inner turmoil, his suffering spilling out onto everyone else.
And if you can see that, even a little bit, maybe your first reaction isn't judgment or anger.
Maybe it's about managing your response constructively, right here, right now, helping, not punishing.
And it connects to letting go of needing credit, too.
Ah, yes, the Benjamin Jowett quote.
The way to get things done is not to mind who gets the credit for doing them.
That's a tough one, though, isn't it?
Hmm.
In the real world, people take credit if you don't claim it.
Maybe. But think about the energy that goes into claiming credit. Managing perceptions, making sure people know it was you.
It's exhausting.
It's a massive energy drain. It's another form of that mega state management. Managing your reputation instead of doing the work.
So letting go of credit isn't just noble, it's efficient.
Radically more effective. You detach the work from your ego. All your focus goes into the task itself, into the impact you can have right now.
It makes me think of Sharon Salzberg's point about karma.
Yeah, that fits perfectly. All beings own their own karma. Their happiness or unhappiness depend upon their actions, not my wishes for them.
So you can't control what others do, or whether they give you credit or how they turn out.
You can only control your actions right now. Are they skillful? Are they compassionate? Are they excellent? That's your domain.
So the alternative to fighting for glory, for ambition, isn't being a doormat.
Not at all. The alternative is dignity.
Dignity, I like that.
Vanabanta defined humility beautifully. The ability to give up your pride and still retain your dignity.
Giving up the exhausting chase for pride and future applause.
And replacing it with a grounded sense of dignity in how you act right now. That's the path.
Okay, this has been, well, a really deep dive.
It covers a lot of ground.
If we had to boil it down, what's the core message here?
I think it's stop. Stop chasing the ghost of future praise from people you'll never know.
Stop trying to build these giant monuments to your ego that you won't be around to see anyway.
Yes, and instead, be excellent now. Act with compassion now. Notice the beauty, the golden hour. Now.
Because that's the only time success actually happens. The only time life is lived.
And the sources even give us a very simple, very practical daily exercise for this.
Oh, yeah. Not another 5-year plan, I hope.
No. Much simpler. It's designed to shift you out of that internal mega-state management.
What is it?
After every complaint, immediately find something positive to say.
Oh, that's it.
That's it. It forces you, just for a second, out of the negative loop, out of the self-created darkness.
And into noticing something good, something present.
It's deceptively simple, but it's practice. An ounce of practice.
It might not always be easy, but it is simple. The golden hour is out there. Someone probably needs your help or just your patience.
Excellence is waiting in the very next task you pick up.
And look, we all know the future won't matter to us personally because, well, we'll be dead.
Harsh, but true.
But today we are definitely alive. We can act. We can make an impact.
So here's something to think about as you leave this deep dive. We talked about Drucker's megastate, how institutions fail when they get lost in the grand vision and forget the practical wisdom on the ground.
Right, managing the system instead of facilitating good outcomes.
If our own attempts at grand life plans, our personal megastates often fail in the same way by making us neglect the small, immediate actions of just being good, being present.
Then the question is,
What small bureaucratic management task are you caught up in right now? What piece of internal paperwork, what anxiety loop, what future projection?
stopping you from just being the facilitator of right action in your own life right now?
Are you going to try and catch the golden hour today, or are you going to manage your feelings about potentially missing it tomorrow?